What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus, Pro Fan Talk, and we have the divisional round of the playoffs getting started today. A lot of good games today. We got two good ones today and two good ones tomorrow. Wish our Eagles could have been in the mix, but it is what it is. So, first off the bat, you got the Texans taking on the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens to win this game. Texans been playing well, but I don't think they're ready for Lamar Jackson or that Ravens defense, who have been pretty staunch all year. Now, I will say this, D'Amico Ryans has figured out a way to dial it up lately. So let's see if he can put something together against this weapon that is Lamar Jackson. He's going to have his hands full today, and let's see if C.J. Stroud can keep this streak he's got going. This boy's been balling out of his mind. He is the real deal. And let's see how far he can take it in his rookie year. Or let's see if Lamar Jackson's going to put him in his place. This should be a good game today. Looking forward to this one. Next one, we got the Packers and the 49ers. Jordan Love just went all over the place over the Cowboys last week. Never expected that to happen. I thought Green Bay would give him a game, but never expected them to come out and just obliterate the Cowboys like they did. But they're going to San Francisco, and San Francisco has pretty much been considered the best team in the league for most of the year until they get beat by the Ravens. So we'll see how this is going to go, but let's see if LaFleur can come up with a game plan against San Francisco's, because them boys are balling. And San Francisco's got the solid defense led by their good linebacker play. Us here in Philadelphia know what it's like to not have good linebacker play. So them boys, Greenlaw and Fred Warner, they are the truth for a reason. You can hate them if you want to, but they know how to ball. And at the end of the day, defense still wins championships. So all Brock Purdy's got to do is to continue to put the ball in the hands of his playmakers. You ain't got to get cute. I know Shanahan wants to show everybody sometimes that he's the smartest man in the league calling the offense, but you know what? Keep it simple. Get the ball to Debo, get the ball to CMC, and get the ball to Ayuk. Let them boys do what they do best. That's the recipe for success in this league. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and let them make plays. It's that simple. And for some reason, most of the league can't figure that out. San Francisco, they got the blueprint in it. They got the playmakers to make it happen. Let's see if they can keep this going. Number 3, we are looking at Tampa Bay and Detroit. I'm expecting Detroit to run all over Tampa Bay. You can look at Tampa Bay as a bad team. I thought they were a bad team. I thought my Eagles were going to beat them last week, but the Eagles were a worse team. But Dan Campbell's going to have them boys ready. He's going to have his defense ready. He's going to figure out the blitz, and Goff is going to pick them apart. I'm expecting a double-digit win by Detroit. So I'm looking at Detroit to play for the conference championship next week against the 49ers. So we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm definitely putting Detroit for the win on this game. And then finally, we've got Patrick Mahomes traveling to Buffalo to play Josh Allen. This is going to be another good game, but I think Buffalo has their number this time. Josh Allen's just on his way up. The last couple of weeks, this last month of play by him, heck, even when we beat the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen was just otherworldly. And I think Josh Allen right now is playing how Patrick Mahomes did last year. Now, he's been having issues with receivers catching the ball. Patrick Mahomes has. And heck, for the most part, Josh Allen, until they fired their offensive coordinator, was in the same boat because he was turning the ball over too. But it looks like they got it together. But Kansas City Chiefs always are going to be a tough game. Andy Reid is going to have something dialed up for Josh Allen. You already know. So this is Josh Allen's chance to step up to the upper echelon and make his presence known and take the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl. See what they can do. That's the way that it is. And a little side information that just came out today. I mean, the NFL is a gift that keeps on giving. Did you guys see this stuff with CeeDee Lamb's mom? And I'm like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I don't understand where parents get the ego to want to insert themselves in their kids' professional life. Because now with social media, it is not going to end well. And this is regardless of if she might be right or wrong, because that's subjective. But at the end of the day, when you put it out there like that on social media, if this is all true and if that's not a burner account or somebody done did something nefarious, if that is indeed her and she put herself out there on social media, you know they're going to come for her. Now, there might be some people that might agree with her, but there you damn sure can be certain that there's going to be a whole lot of people that don't. Now CeeDee Lamb's got to worry about, people being disrespectful to his family and to his mother and stuff like that. And it can avalanche into a whole nother set of circumstances that really he doesn't need to be involved in. So that's really bad form on her, if this is true, for her putting it out there like that. Because you can't win in this situation. None of those people that's talking smack are you going to see face to face ever. And it's just something, luckily, the season is over with. And it is the way that it is. Listen, you got to take the good with the bad with your quarterback. I know you can say Dak ain't it and all of that kind of stuff. You wasn't saying that when he had 110 yards a couple weeks ago in the loss to Miami. So, and heck, even in that game, he had 9 catches for like 110 yards and a touchdown. So, it is what it is. Sometimes the other team gets paid too. And it can't be just, who was that a couple years ago? Tom Brady's wife. When he was still married to the Giselle or whatever. And she made the comment like that her husband can't throw the ball and catch the ball and do all that stuff, insinuating that he was the only one playing. And whenever you get into that situation, hell, Tom Brady caught heat for that. And you can't put that on your kid. You cannot do that. That is unfair pressure that he doesn't deserve. It's hard enough to just play this game at the NFL level. You don't know what you're talking about. You looking at it like everybody else is looking at it. So by doing that, you just done put the crosshairs on your son and on yourself. So if people come for you, don't be surprised. And you already know when you're dealing with social media, it's going to be some real disrespectful stuff coming your way. So you got to be careful. Parents can never win. Parents can never win in a situation like that. But it is what it is. Here in Philadelphia, still we don't have any news on Sirianni. The longer it goes, the more I think that he will stay in Philly, and they're going to get a couple of new coordinators on offense and defense and go from there. How he's going to have his hands full. He's already making moves, getting new players in here, futures players and contracts and stuff like that. But getting ready for this combine and draft analysis, everybody's going to be looking at Howie to possibly bring in some linebackers. Hopefully in a situation like we are in, we need veteran linebackers that you can play right now. I don't know what the situation is going to be with Nakobe Dean. When they did the exit interviews, I did see him. He's still wearing a boot. He's been out for a couple of months now, and he still got a boot on. So I don't know what his situation is going to be. He seemed to play well when he was on the field, but he can't stay on the field. So he's got a lot of rehab to do, and hopefully he can come back to 100% and stay that way. But in the meantime, we got to get some more linebackers to come in here. I saw the report by Clay Harbor talking about, per source, the Eagles never offered TJ Edwards a contract. And we never offered Kaiser White. I knew about Kaiser White, but the understanding with TJ Edwards was we offered a contract, but he was so gung-ho on getting back to Chicago that he went to Chicago. He didn't want to stay here in Philly. That was what the word was. So I don't know if it's true, but that is the overall opinion of TJ Edwards. So unless he comes out and says something otherwise, and now it's getting to the point where anytime somebody on social media says per source or sources say, it's almost like you got to take it with a grain of salt because you don't know where it's coming from or what the context is or what the situation is. So I always get nervous when somebody says per source. That's too general and generic for me. So at this day and age, with social media and the way people keep receipts and all of that kind of stuff. Listen, if you're going to say something and put it out there, put your name on it. That it would just make things so much easier. Just put your name on it. If he said it, so be it. If Howie did it and didn't offer him a contract, so be it. What are we going to do now? If we're going to be mad, we'll just be mad by ourselves. That's water under the bridge. Ain't the daggone thing we can do about it now. So when people put stuff out there like that, put your name on it. It causes too much confusion these days because everybody's running with social media because everybody wants to be first, even if that information is wrong. So if you're going to put it out there, put your daggone name on it. So, but at the end of the day, we're going to find out what we're going to do with Sirianni. Like I said, if he hasn't been gone, or if the Eagles haven't announced that he's fired now, I don't think he's going to get fired. Because it would make too much sense if that's the move you're going to make, to do it, get it over with, so we can move on as quick as possible. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to get to watching these games. I'll be streaming tonight after the games with my commentary, and hopefully we'll have some good games today. But that's what I'm expecting. So let's have a good playoffs, and we'll see what we're going to see. Go Birds.